In a small town nestled between rolling hills and dense woods, a curious dog named Max found his way to a loving family, the Turners. Max was rather unassuming at first glance, with a coat of shaggy black fur speckled with hints of brown and eyes that gleamed with intelligence and curiosity. Despite his ordinary appearance, Max stood out with his extraordinary bravery and loyalty. The town was a peaceful place where everyone knew each other, and dogs were often seen as companions or guardians. Max was the perfect embodiment of both. From the day the Turners adopted him from the shelter, he showed immense love and devotion, particularly towards their young son, Timmy. The pair became inseparable, embarking on adventures that stretched across the neighborhood and beyond. One autumn afternoon, as the golden foliage began to fall and the winds whispered tales of the coming winter, Timmy and Max decided to explore the nearby forest. It was a place filled with mystery and allure, where the towering trees seemed to touch the heavens. Timmy's adventurous spirit often took him deeper into the woods than the rest of the town's children dared venture. Despite his parents' warnings to stay close to the edge, the allure of discovering something new was too tempting, especially with Max by his side. Their exploration was abruptly interrupted by an eerie silence that fell over the forest, replacing the usual symphony of chirping birds and rustling leaves. Max, usually confident and bounding ahead, suddenly stopped in his tracks. His ears perked up, his nose twitched, and his gaze locked onto something distant. Timmy sensed something was amiss, his hand instinctively tightening on Max's leash. Without warning, a deep growl emanated from the shadowy thickets nearby. Emerging slowly from the cover of leaves was a large menacing wolf. Its coat was as gray as thunderclouds and its eyes burned with a wild, hungry light. Timmy froze, fear gripping his small frame. Max, however, was a whirlwind of movement and sound, placing himself between Timmy and the advancing wolf. Max barked ferociously, fur bristling as he stood his ground. The wolf hesitated, confused by the audacity of this domestic creature daring to challenge it. Encouraged by Max's courage, Timmy took a step back, aware that Max was buying him precious time. The wolf lunged forward, underestimating the dog standing before it. Max dodged and snapped, using his agility to evade the powerful strikes. The forest echoed with the sounds of their confrontation, barks clashing against growls, leaves crunching beneath their feet, and the rhythmic panting of two creatures locked in a daring dance. The stalemate could not last. Instinctively, Max darted forward, snapping at the wolf's leg. It was a precise move, and the wolf yelped in surprise, retreating momentarily. Seizing the opportunity, Max barked with renewed intensity, his voice talking not just to the wolf but to the forest itself. As if nature heard his silent plea, a loud crack rang through the air as a branch snapped nearby, followed by the eerie crash of part of a tree collapsing. The wolf, startled by the sudden noise and sensing defeat, backed away slowly before disappearing into the shadows. Timmy ran to Max, enveloping him in a grateful hug, tears of relief streaming down his face. Max, unfazed by the ordeal, licked Timmy's cheeks, his wagging tail a reassuring pendulum of comfort. The brave dog had protected his best friend. When Timmy and Max returned home, breathless and full of tales to tell, the town buzzed with the story of Max's heroism. He became somewhat of a local legend, a story parents told their children to talk about the courage and loyalty found in the hearts of their furry companions. Max lived out his days with the Turners, forever revered as the brave dog who knew no fear when it came to protecting those he loved. His tale was retold in every gathering, a tale of bravery, loyalty, and the unyielding bond between a boy and his dog.